So, welcome back to WWTA Gaming. Thank you for returning for another episode. In this episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about Forza Motorsport. A lot of mixed feelings. I have actually, I don't get to make videos as often as I would at work. So I've been hearing a lot of things or seeing videos with, just the most craziest things. So first, let me say, I did take a car. I did not finish career. I started one side of it and didn't go back. I will be going back, but I did take a car and see what the commotion was about leveling from 0 to 50. There are a few ways out there. People have already found the best way to level up your car if you want to do it in a fast amount of time. I have not gotten into that. I'm just taking my time and enjoying things. Again, I do love cars, so I'm learning a lot about Forza Motorsport with the tuning and getting to know your car. Like they said, this is going to be really a car lover's dream game because you're going to take the time to perfect your vehicle. This can go sideways. So I know if you're talking about your personal vehicle running multiplayer, you'll be like, what's the point of it? When you get into multiplayer, these people are just crazy drivers that run into your vehicle and mess things up. There's no point. It's no fun. Forza is bigger than just the normal multiplayer. You can always get your friends together in a personal online lobby where you just get your friends and their friends to come in, and you guys can get on Discord or I think there is a voice chat in Forza, and you can get there and hang out and take races, create races and race with your friends and test and tune. You know what I'm saying? You know how it be when you're out there and you're playing with cars. Man, I'll smoke you, man. Your car ain't hitting on nothing. And then it's like, okay, well, let's try it then. What you got? And then that stuff just wanders off, but you get to actually do it in this game. And so, wow, it is so many things to talk about. One of the major things is, again, if you're playing with a controller, you're really missing out. The best way to play Forza Motorsport, in my opinion, because I have a controller, I have a keyboard and a mouse, and I also have a force feedback steering wheel. I'll say that if you're going to truly try to enjoy this game, yeah, it sucks, it does, but you're gonna have to pick up a wheel or you're just not really enjoying it. You can definitely get your hands on something like a Logitech. Of course, they said they spent a lot of time building the game with the Logitech steering wheel, but that's not the only steering wheel you can use, obviously, but it's a good entry level. You don't have to necessarily buy it new. I've seen a few different versions. They range all the way up to $400 brand new. Of course, you have refurbished. You have, and this stuff like on Amazon as well as eBay's used findings, because a lot of times people may, when they really get into this driving simulation, they might step it up and go with a direct drive. These are one of the things that I want to do in the future. I'm not going to do it now, but as I progress, with this wonderful hobby, you guys know I love American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim, right? I love driving games. But as I get further, these are some of the things that I'll be doing. I will be trying to move as soon as I can to a direct drive. I hear that a lot of great things about direct drive, that if you're really going to take your sim driving serious, you're going to want that direct drive. And then a lot of people say, oh, you should be scared, it'll break your wrists, whatever. But you can always get your hands on a Logitech to get entry level and see what's really going on. What I'm finding is that you really will take the time to dial in the settings for your steering wheel. You're going to find the best way that you like to drive and what you like to feel. I'm still messing around and fiddling with my settings. It feels pretty good now, but I'm sure, tweaks here and there, you might find something perfect. I also, I think I told you all before that I took my clutch pedal out so I could space out the accelerator and decelerator pedal. And I replaced the springs inside of them. I wanted a stiffer accelerator pedal. And then, I just drive. And so the wonderful thing about the force feedback steering wheel with a game like Forza that everybody's talking so much crud about is everything you can feel. When the wheel lifts off the ground, you'll feel that in the steering wheel, in somewhere in the back of your brain. If you've been driving for some time, somewhere in the back of your brain, this thing happens that says, oh man, a wheel just came off the ground. And you're like, nah, man, like I'm on a computer, ain't no wheel come off the ground. I'm sitting in this desk chair and, behind this steering wheel and pedal set, right? Yeah. You'll find that when you overturn and try to return to compensate, oh wow, what do you feel in the steering wheel? I lost it. I totally lost it. I'm going to die, right? So it's hard to explain without you if you have not driven the Forza, this new Forza with the steering wheel. They really did a great job tuning it in to make it somewhat believable. I know a lot of people have negative things to say about the game. I do too. It could always play better. I'm going to be messing around with the graphical settings. I know there's some updates coming in this week, and I'm saying this as of Monday evening, 10/16/2023. So sometime this week we should be seeing some updates coming in. But just to talk about some of the things that people are saying, yes, the game has been buggy, but what game comes out that doesn't have bugs? Every game that's come out this year has been buggy, and I would say what a wonderful year this has been, because we've had a lot of video game releases, so that everyone has something different to do. I don't know how many different videos I've seen posted on YouTube of games that dropped, right? Like, I've still got to get back to Starfield. I love that game. What's this other one? The Crew Motorfest. I love that game. I hated the poor graphics when it dropped for PC. There was definitely something going on. It just was terrible. But what game does not come out with issues, right? So let's talk about some of the enjoyable things with this game. So you're going to spend your time getting to know a car. Like, you're not going to just go buy a car, dump all your money in and drive it. Don't take the time to get to know it. You will take the time to get to know the car as you go through a leveling process. There's so many ways you can do it. You don't have to play career mode, obviously. That you don't have to play that. You can always just go buy a car. And then, because you'll have plenty of money from racing, you'll go buy a car and then go through the process of running different types of races. You can jump into multiplayer from straight up zero, depending on if they have races for that level car. You can also do free mode races, which is where you'll level up your car. And so in free mode, I think I said in a past video, you'll literally set the races up. The best thing I found is just doing random, so it allows me to get on as many tracks as I can to get adjusted to driving all these tracks, because they all drive different. And you can go through that and go through the process of leveling up your car. You can take the time while doing this, and so I'd say this. So I played the game from each level, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it goes up to 8. And so I'll be playing on 8 this evening. I have no intent of beating the AI. I mean, I'd like to, but that's really not the point. The thing that I'm finding is when I'm tuning my car, I'm tuning it at these lower levels. So when I think I'm going fast, I'm really not, because I'm playing low level AI. And when you go to multiplayer, you'll find out real quick when the big boys come in the room, because they might have your time beat by 10 seconds. And that's just, wow, you realize real fast you're not driving too fast, and that sucks. But it's a real awakening thing. So I'm like, yeah, as I'm tuning my car and perfecting it, I will be using AI in free mode at their maxed out level, just so I can see how much faster, how much more tuning to get my car to handle the way I want it, so I can get myself in some good positions and do better in multiplayer. So for those of you who take the game a little too serious and you get mad and you throw your controller at the screen, hey man, that's a you type of thing, and no game is ever going to be good for you. But multiplayer is a wonderful thing in Forza. A lot of people are talking about how they get bullied on the track and rammed, and I'll say this, I saw the penalties that I received, and because I wasn't paying attention, I can see where I respectfully earned those penalties. I can see clearly when I ran off the track and I picked up a few seconds and they took them right away from me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I had to realize that you need not do that again, sir. It's a waste of time. I've accidentally hit somebody from just taking my eyes off the screen and then caused them to lose a few seconds, and guess what? That red thing pops up on the screen and they take your time away again. I appreciate that as well, because it's going to weed out players from a lot of these races, and then you don't have to worry about that. So, the multiplayer is definitely something fun to do, but I would say really learning how to drive and drive fast and good without getting these penalties would be excellent. Are you going to be top dog number one? You might get once or twice, but there's always going to be somebody to show up that's actually a better driver or more skilled than you. So let's not overthink this. Let's, and I'm pep talking myself. Let's not overthink this, and let's just have fun with the game, right? Now, a lot of people are bashing the game, saying that it's not fun, and I think the problem we're having here is that the Forza Motorsport game and its counterpart Forza Horizon, they're entirely two different games. One is an arcade smash hit for fun and entertainment purposes only, and the other one is for a more serious group who takes their driving serious, who takes tuning cars serious, who really just want to go deep in the paint, so if you're that guy that rams cars, likes running off the track, and just like putting the most horsepower on your car and not taking the time to perfect and tune it and just running in the walls, there's nothing much other than this game is not that game. It's not that, hence all the penalties, right? So this game is not that game. That's the type of thing that exists in Forza's Horizon series, and maybe that's why they made those series, and it's a wonderful series. I like to go back and play that series. I do like the not off-road, I like the rally racing side of it. I like the road racing side of it. Of course, they don't have circuit racing, but I do enjoy those two types, and it can be pretty fun at times, but again, it's a more of an arcade, and you'll find some serious players in there, though. Let me double down, because you would think that the majority of the players would just be the ones that are always smashing into you, and those players are there too. But in my time with Forza Horizon 5 doing races online, I found that a lot of times the players were actually trying to be fair drivers to see how good they were. So that must have been the long haul players to take their driving serious, and now they're on Forza Motorsport, I would assume, because hey, why not? And let's talk about the comparisons, right? I don't have Gran Turismo. I don't have a PlayStation. I have a PC. I really wish that PlayStation would put it on Steam. Put Gran Turismo on Steam. Put it on Epic. I know you don't like Xbox. You're a sworn enemy, but like a lot more people would come to that game if it was on PC. All right, so like PlayStation, you would have had a lot of players to Gran Turismo. Now, I've seen a few videos where people have compared Gran Turismo to Forza, and I'll say this: they're both racing games, right? They're both accessible to everyone, so have fun where you're having fun at. It's not a big deal. They're both great racing games. I would assume nobody's complained too much about Gran Turismo, so it is what it is, but there is definitely a lot of complaining about Forza. All right, so let's continue with Forza, right? So all the different things they've added to Forza, all this tuning stuff, right? I had to watch a video today. If I remember, I think I sent that video to a few friends and family members. This guy did a really good video on the tuning, so if I can find that video, I will try to post it in the comments section to link it or something. Maybe you all have seen it, maybe you haven't, but I will definitely send that to myself so I can link that, or find that video so I can link that in the video. But I had no idea how much more was put into this game. Now everybody's saying, oh, the game is a piece of crap, it's the same rotation. Well, let's look past the rotation. When they were saying they built from the ground up, I don't think they were talking about the game as a whole in general. I think they were talking about the driving, the handling, the models. Matter of fact, I don't think they clearly said it, that they had to do new tracks because they did new tire modeling, and they had to make sure that all the wheels were doing this and doing that so that they could bring a whole new feel. Now, I don't know about any of you all, but in comparison to the last Motorsport 7, this title is night and day. It is way different in the driver model handling. It is just way different. I am having a great time driving cars that I don't know which car I'm going to build next, because at this point the game is a builder's game to me, right? The Builder's Cup. They knew what they were doing. And so, you know, it's a builder's game. I got a few things. That'll make this a long-winded video. You know how I roll. I'll make it a long-winded video. So a few things I would love to talk about is, for instance, so I was thinking about how you can go download somebody's build design and download all the parts they used, and their settings, right? And I was thinking about that because you can do the same thing with the the skins, or what do they call it? The liveries designs, or car skins, basically car skins. And I was like, you know, it's cool and all, but first thing is, somebody put in a lot of hard work to tune a car. Whether it's great or not, who knows? It's subjective. But somebody put in a lot of work and time, and then somebody can easily come right behind you and pick those settings up, and then, you know, they didn't have to do any of the work, right? That's the first thing I was thinking about. The second thing I was thinking about is, with all that work, there's no reward, right? Is there really a reward? And I was saying to myself, same thing with liveries. I love liveries, and I think people should be rewarded for liveries. And I don't mean like in-game currency, like get paid because somebody used your stuff and it's just buy cars with it in the game. That's kind of crazy. I was thinking like Xbox could really make an Xbox coin that would span across all games on Game Pass, that would allow you to move that money into like a personal wallet for Xbox, that when you log into a game, that wallet's attached to it. And oh no, don't go crazy. Oh my god, is he talking about cryptocurrency and bitcoins? Yeah, don't go crazy. What I'm talking about is for those people that take the time to build. Wouldn't it be awesome if, you know, that person received coins every time, you know, somebody helped spend their in-game currency, right? Or let's say, he's about to get crazy. So let's say, you know, $10 gives me like, I don't know, 2,000 in-game Xbox coins, right? And I have this spans across all my games, right? Because I just might want to buy stuff out of games, you know, and so, you know, that's my Xbox coins, right? And, you know, $10 worth. And so as people would buy with Xbox coins, like a livery that I designed, or a vehicle setup that I designed, right? They would probably buy it for like, I don't know, the equivalent of 25 cents or 50 cents, right? I don't know. And that would be the equivalent in an Xbox coin, in which case I would get paid that every time somebody would purchase one of these things. And so my Xbox coin wallet, because I put in the time and effort to do these things, would generate an income. Now, the legalities of that and taxes, you probably wouldn't want to turn it into anything other but the Xbox coin. And then you would use that money across all Xbox Game Pass titles. And that would be like, I think that would help a lot of the player base out there that's creating, because I think about the games like Warframe, and they have a model where they get paid, you know, but I think it would be so much easier if everybody that made stuff for games would make money for it, because, you know, profit is everything. Now, off that wild tangent, Yay, you creators out there to create things. We love you all, especially those liveries. Keep making those liveries. And I think you should be rewarded. Always be rewarded for the great work that's done. Long-winded, aren't you? I know. All right, so what else is going on with the game? There's definitely things that I think the game's lacking at this point, and I'm not going to go crazy about it because I've got to end it here, but, well, it's motorsport. Let's add more types of events in motorsport. Dirt racing, toge, rally, I don't know. Some of my thoughts. I'm going to end it there. Share your thoughts, and I'll talk to you in the next one.